Welcome back to Unjaded. This week, we are going to be celebrating 1 year together on the Unjaded podcast. So, along with the daily drop episodes that are going out every day for the month of September, there's a special anniversary episode coming up in just a couple of days. So, make sure you catch that one on September 25th. Welcome to Unjaded. This is your straight talk, shoot from the hip, wrapped in a little bit of love, Human Design for Business podcast. We talk a lot here about clarifying your message so that you can bring in paying clients with ease. And ease is different from easy. Stick around to find out how we roll here. I'm your host, Vickie Dickson. I am a 2-4 emotional manifesting generator, light on the emotional, and I'm a quad right in human design. In real speak, I am an entrepreneur of 30 plus years. I've had every kind of business there is, and I always say that business is my love language. I can't wait to dive in with you here on the podcast. And for today's episode, I'm answering a listener question.
Hi, Vickie. Kat Matson here from Impactful Presenters. My question is, as a manifesting generator, how do I set goals? If I'm not designed to initiate, what's the role of goals in my business? And how do I set them in a way that they're empowering and encouraging and not shoulding? Thanks.
That's a good question, right? Response is such an interesting piece of the puzzle. And I hear this over and over again from generator and manifesting generator clients and audience members that they really don't understand what response means. I had a conversation with someone just a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying that she always thought that response had to be another person, that she was waiting for another person to give her something to respond to. And I'm like, no. You can respond to anything in the universe. The whole universe is conspiring with you as a generator type, so you don't need another person in order to get going on something. But this question is so good because how do we set goals? Why do we set goals if we're just waiting for our response to guide us around the planet? So I'm really of the camp that business is business, right? There are things that need to be done in your business and your life, no matter what your human design type. And how I encourage you to use human design and how I use my human design is to do the things that need to be done in alignment with my human design, because that is my path of least resistance. That always makes things easier. So goal setting for me is something where I'm in response. I absolutely love January. I know we set goals other times other than January, but I love January because I am really in the energy of responding to the things around me. I'm really in response to the energy of the books that I'm reading, the people that I'm listening to, maybe the podcasts I'm listening in on, the audiobooks I'm listening in on when I'm going for my walks. There's lots of response happening for me because you've heard me say here before, my sacral is all zhuzhed up. Like it really feels juicy in my body to be in the energy of goal setting. So I think you are responding when you're setting goals. You're setting your goals based on what you've responded to. Maybe you've been inspired by someone who's making $1 million in their business. Maybe you've been inspired by someone who's making $100,000 in their business. Maybe you've been inspired by the way someone's feed looks on social media when you go on, or the way they show up in their email, or an event that you'd love to attend, a mastermind that you'd like to be a part of. There's all kinds of things that you're responding to, but sometimes I think that we don't recognize it as response. We feel like because it's starting to happen in our body, it can't be the thing, right? But when we really lean into that and trust the juiciness of our sacral center, we get to feel that kind of guiding us towards things and away from things. So I think you do still go ahead and set the goals. I mean, even think about going to the gym, right? Or setting goals for your physical health. If you never have something that you're working towards, then chances are your health is just going to fall by the wayside. You're going to get more and more out of shape. Whereas if you have a goal of, I would like to be in this type of shape, or I would like to be at this weight easily, or I would like to be this flexible, you're thinking of those things, then you're going to work towards it. And then within that, with that goal in mind, then you can choose your workouts by what you're in response to. Some days you're going to do yoga. Some days you're going to do kettlebell. Some days you're going to do HIIT training. Some days you're going to run. But you kind of play within it, but you do have a picture of what you're really going for in life. And my childhood days of Bible verses are coming back to me. Without a vision, the people perish. And I think that we all need a vision. No matter the human design type, you need to have that vision. And then you use your human design strategy and the rest of your design, but you use your human design strategy in order to create the path of least resistance towards that goal. Does that make sense? I hope that it makes sense. And I don't think our goals should ever be a should thing, right? I think maybe that's another piece of human design where human design makes it a little bit easier, where we no longer have to have those shoulds on us. Like we know that, okay, this is a general idea of what I'd like to get to. And I'm 100% open, dear universe, to you guiding me there some way, somehow. And I'm going to set the plans in place in my business that I know my business requires of me. And I'm just going to trust that I'm going to get sign after sign after sign put in my way that's going to guide me on the path to get to this goal. That's the most beautiful thing about your human design, is that it will guide you in a way that doesn't break your life. It's coming. If you're tired of being a slave to the algorithm, and you're really ready to claim your place in the online space, then this message is for you. I'm getting ready to launch another live round of the Content by Design course, where you learn to leverage your human design so that you can create content that draws your ideal clients to you with ease, without feeling yucky or salesy, and definitely without being a slave to the algorithm. We work on blog posts and email sequences and podcast episodes and social media posts and all of the things. Because no matter what you're creating, it needs to come from who you are here to be, what you're here to say, how you're here to say it, and who you're here to say it to. Get on the wait list. The link is in the show notes for you.